Greetings of the day. I am so delighted to be with Lieutenant General Rajeev Chaudhary ji. Before coming to him, I am just apprising you that it is an interview with the dignitaries in the field of infrastructure world over who have done the best in the infrastructure sector. As all of you know, that SICAR, that Civil Engineering Conference in the Asian region, has come to India for the first time in the history of ASEC, and we are delighted to be a part of it. And I am today too much delighted to be with Lieutenant General Rajeev Chaudhary, VSM, who is leading Border Road Organization since 1st December 2020. Under his stewardship, the BRO has achieved many remarkable feats in the construction world. One of them is the construction world's highest motorable road at Mingla Pass. Other noteworthy projects are the 3 important tunnels, 2 important airfields, and strategic roads along India's international borders. The Journal has taken a large number of initiatives to upgrade the technical skill set of the organization to include work on cementous bases, non-frost prone sub-bases, new modular bridges, slope stabilization, and use of geosynthetics and M50 blocks in road projects in different terrains. Another notable achievement of Lieutenant General Chaudhary has been his push towards empowerment of women. That is very, very important. Empowerment of women in the organization by placing women officers in command positions for the first time in the road construction companies, and has created the country's first ever all-women road construction companies. He is also a remarkable academician, and for his immense contribution in the construction sphere and academic field, he has been honored with prestigious awards and medals. Thus, Lieutenant General Rajeev Chaudhary, VSM, has truly inspired the BRO to go beyond its potential and rise to become one of the most premier road construction agencies in the country. He has been conferred recently the Construction World Global Person of the Award, and I'm so delighted. Thank you, sir, for bestowing us this opportunity to interact with you, sir. Sir, can I start with my...
Yeah, please.
Thank you so much, sir. My first question to you, sir. The credo of BRO says, we will either find a way or make one. However, the changing times, the need of making a way is turning into the demand of high-tech, fast-paced constructions to meet the strategic security needs of the country. How BRO is changing its construction strategies and plannings to keep up with it?
First, thank you very much for this interview. I must tell you, when I joined BRO on 1st December 2020, I decided to give a central philosophy to the organization so we can speed up the work what we have been doing. And I could not find a better central philosophy than we will either find a way or make one.
Wonderful.
It is very audacious and it is very focused philosophy, which I feel has really motivated the workforce to put in their best and go from target to target. Just to tell you that in 2020, BRO constructed Atal Tunnel, which has been now the longest tunnel, about 10,000 feet, and was dedicated by Honorable Prime Minister to the nation on 3rd October 2020. So that is a world record. Incidentally, today only at 3 o'clock, we will be receiving that world record from the World Record Books, London, a certificate for to this end that this is the longest tunnel, about 10,000 feet. Last year, as you mentioned, BRO constructed highest motorable road at Umlingla, which is at 19,024 feet, and some of its major, I'll say, indicators are that this is higher than the Siachen Glacier.
Wonderful.
It is also higher than both the base camps of Mount Everest, where trained people only can go. But you can understand the kind of physical challenges what we faced making this road at Umlingla, which has also been certified by Guinness Book of World Record on 16 November 2021. And now this is a certified thing that this is the highest road in the world. To take it ahead, as we have been achieving one kind of a target every year, this year in the month of maybe July, August, we are making Sela Tunnel, which would be the longest twin tunnel at a height about 13,000 feet. So my endeavor is that every year we must create something through which India should be put on the global map as Vishwa Guru, as our Honorable Prime Minister dreams that India should be front runner in all the domains. And these are the engineering marvels which are gradually putting BRO and the nation on the world map. And this also drives us to take our initiatives ahead. To tell you how we are achieving this, beside the philosophy what I mentioned to you, since joining I have focused on high-end machines which can accelerate the work, high technology, the new technology, something which I'll be telling you gradually, and also the best products which should be used in the road construction, bridge construction, tunnel construction. And we have also been very fortunate that very recently Defense Secretary has delegated more powers to me, through which I can take faster decisions.
Wonderful.
And simplification of processes has been approved by Honorable Raksha Mantri ji, who has been, his heart is there in BRO. So wherever he goes, he always speaks about good work of BRO, which really inspires us and motivates our workforce. So through his directives, that a lot of processes have been simplified, and I can take faster decision to approve the projects. So these things are really taking our work very fast. And we have also, we are the only organization in the government departments which has procured all its items, be it vehicles, equipment, machines, even cement, steel, aggregates, sand, bitumen, whatever you can think of. I have made sure that it is procured through the GEM, because what it does, it brings transparency, it brings the quality, and it also cuts down the process which gets involved in procurement of things by 25%. Wonderful. So these things come to me earlier. And if it comes to me earlier, my work starts earlier. Right. So it is a very well thought strategy through which I've been working for last 1 year plus. And it has accelerated our work through all these means what I just mentioned to you.
Wonderful, sir. Yes, sir. As you know, that pandemic knocked down the world and halted all the ongoing construction. But security is uncompromised in all the times. That is the need of the hour. How did BRO buckle down the challenges?
To tell you very frankly, when I joined, it was midst pandemic, and there were a lot of issues of labor and a lot of issues of quarantining my own people who were getting affected. But it did not stop us. We really planned our work very well, and this was immediately after taking over. Within 30 days, we took a decision based on the directions of Defense Secretary that we must accelerate our work, and we made that promise right, and we opened the Zojila Pass till 31st December that year, which never happened earlier in the history of BRO or the nation. As we believe also, as I told you, my philosophy of we'll either find a way or make one. Another philosophy is na bhuto na bhavishyati. Whatever we will do, it wouldn't have been done earlier, and it couldn't be attempted when we leave. So 31st December was our target, and which was very calculated risk. We could have lost lives, but then we did it, and this was really lauded by the nation and my own hierarchy. And this year, just to tell you, we wanted to go ahead of that. Traditionally, Zojila gets closed in the month of November. But this year we said 31st December is behind. We must go ahead of that. So we kept the Zojila opened till 4th of January this year. which has never happened. Now, how it impacts the strategic domain and how it also has the impact on the socio-economic activities in Ladakh. Ladakh used to get cut off for 6 months. Now, 6 months is a very long time that Ladakh, all the people of Ladakh and the forces which are deployed in the present context, you are aware, they have to be maintained through the air bridge. Everything comes, medicines, their food, their clothing, ammunition, everything through the air for those 6 months. So, every day if I keep Zojila open for a longer time, that air arm is relaxed and the things can be pushed through the land route. So, we calculated in a very rough mathematical manner, and it emerged that by keeping the pass open for a longer duration, which facilitated approximately saving of 450 crores in a season.
Wonderful.
So, it comes to approximately 7 crores a day. So, if we can save 7 crores a day, it is that much relief to the government exchequer. So, it was really appreciated again by Ladakh government and also the central government also. And not only Zojila, we keep approximately 3,000 kilometers of roads through the snow clearance and 20 passes. So, out of these 20 passes, we kept 6 passes open throughout the year, which is a daunting task. And other passes also, the period was reduced for the closure, which is really affecting the economy, the commerce, the trade in a very big way. The people where they used to cut off for a longer period, they become more happy if the pass is opened earlier and the traffic starts and the things start coming to them fresh. So, it has really changed the life on those places where these people get cut off by the borders. Now, second thing what I want to tell you on this thing, during the pandemic, we created 87 bridges and 15 roads in this year of 2021, where we were badly hit by the pandemic and all the construction industry in fact slowed down. The economy was also slowing down, but BRO never slowed down. And we got 102 projects dedicated through Honorable Raksha Mantri ji in 1 year. First lot of 75 projects in line with the 75th years of independence in the month of June. And thereafter 27 projects on 28th December last year. So, it was a kind of a record that 102 projects being completed in one single year, which has surpassed all our previous achievements. So, it has so happened that contrary to the challenges, we went ahead and created more infrastructure. Not only infrastructure, there were a lot of calamities which happened, as you are aware, in the state of Uttarakhand, where glow-off happened on 7th February on 2021. And we lost a lot of lives of Raini Ganga, the project there. However, the border roads came to its rescue, and we not only saved some people, we also rescued the bodies, and we made a bridge at Raini village which connects the Joshimath Malari axis, and ahead of that bridge there are 25 villages which were cut off for a long time, and within a span of 25 days this bridge was made, and which is a strategically important road which not only put our forces ahead, also gave some kind of a relief to the people who live in those villages. So, we have in fact accelerated the work which was not earlier, despite of these challenges of pandemic, what whole world is facing.
Wonderful. Sir, my next question. The world was mesmerized by BRO as they constructed Mingla, the highest motorable road in the world situated in Ladakh. How did BRO overcome the challenges during the construction at such a high, difficult terrain?
As I told earlier also, Umlingla Pass stands at 19,024 feet. And there is a rarefication of atmosphere there. Atmospheric pressure reduces to 0.45 bar. And oxygen content reduces to 50% of the planes where we are sitting now. So, and there are wind chills, there are sub-zero temperatures. We get only 4.5 months to work in at that height from mid-May to maybe mid-September or so. And this pass stands at a higher reaches, as I told you, above Siachen Glacier and both the base camps of Mount Everest also. And my people are not trained in this kind of things. But then we devised a process, and planning was so robust. So our people also don't get affected, and the work also gets accelerated. And you are aware, being from the field of technology and the construction, even the machines at that rarefied area starts functioning only at 40 to 50% of their efficiency.
Right.
So the period was less, their efficiency was getting affected, and there are physical issues of nose bleeding, high blood pressure, then nausea, dizziness, and we have to still meet our target. It was a road, 52-kilometer long road from Chishumle to Demchok. But then we planned in a very efficient manner, and we finished this road by August. And in the month of November, on 16 November to be more precise, Guinness Book of World Record gave us the certificate of construction of highest road in the world. In fact, that is placed in my office also, and other prominent places, which inspires us to go beyond that. So Umlingla has been a major task what BRO has done, and it has put in line with the dreams of Honorable Prime Minister on the global map.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Sir, it is not always easy to carry the materials up on the difficult terrains and then make a structure. So has BRO started using pre-stressed method in construction of bridges, roads and tunnels?
Yes. To tell you, we just had a major conclave of all the stakeholders, especially the private sector firms, in the month of December. In fact, from 27 December to 29 December, 3 days conference was held, and we called them, we invited them to speak about the product, machine or the technology. And to tell you, we before that also and now, we are going in a very structured manner to use precast technology. To just make a mention here, we have started using M50 blocks, which are precast in a factory below or somewhere else, and brought to the place of usage. Now, Changla Pass, it is at 17,600 feet. And there every year when snow clearance is done, the upper crust get damaged. And also for heavy machines, guns and tanks, when they pass, they damage the road. So we started using M50 blocks, and we are planning a road at the Changla, maybe 6 kilometers this side and 5 kilometers this side, 11 kilometers of road of M50 blocks, which can sustain the load of 50 tons or more, in fact, and they are easy to assemble. So you don't have to go in a very sequential activity of construction of the road, which takes a lot of time, and it also makes it difficult to bring the material from down below, then have that process of mixing of the raw material and laying it on the road. So this is a major breakthrough, which I am now going to use on all the passes. And not only on the passes, it also makes easier to make helipads out of these blocks.
Oh.
So that is one thing what we have done, first time in the country. Second thing, what I must tell you, post this conference, we took a decision that why not make roads of precast slabs. So what we are doing now, experimenting as a pilot project in state of Arunachal Pradesh, we are making a road out of precast slabs, where the precast slabs will be done at lower reaches and taken to the site. They will be connected through the pre-stressed cables, and the road will be just laid in no time.
Wonderful.
So you don't have to take all the machines, all the material, all the men there to construct a road on the higher reaches. So that is also going to be a major game changer, as you say, precast thing. Now, in fact, we have already started using, especially in Arunachal, because Arunachal is a big challenge to us to take all these products, and we don't get proper kind of aggregate there. So what we are doing, we are making our drains, which require a lot of effort to construct, through the precast drains. They will be just casted down below, taken there, joined. Then we are also making this precast culverts. So whole lot of new things what we are bringing, it will not only ease the construction, it will also reduce the carbon footprint.
Wonderful.
What happens, we heat up things and then it spoils there's a pollution there. So that, and also it will make the things faster.
Right.
So, and besides the road construction, we are also doing a very, very, I'll say major initiative in the field of construction of the bridges. We have constructed a modular double lane bridge at Flag Hill, on the Flag Hill Dokala Road in state of Sikkim. First time in the country. Now, two things special about this bridge, that this is a double lane modular bridge where traffic can happen on both sides, and it is a modular bridge which can be assembled in a period of 2 months. And third thing is, it is 1/3 of the cost of the similar bridges what we are importing from other countries, Western countries.
Excellent.
And this is in line with Atmanirbhar Bharat,
Yes.
which is the dream again of our Honorable Prime Minister. So we have started our indigenous manufacturing of these bridges through GRSC, and we collaborated with GRSC. And in future, most of our bridges will be modular bridges till a length of 140 feet, where indigenously developed and less costly.
Wonderful.
So number of things what we have done in precast technology.
Good. Does BRO use any IoT applications such as any sensors or satellite-based technologies monitoring? So,
we do two things to handle this major challenge, especially when we do snow clearance and more dangerous places like Zojila, where we have to clear a stretch of approximately 80 kilometers, starting from the 0 point, approximately 40 that side and 40 this side of that place. We request SASE, that is Snow Avalanche Study Establishment, to place their sensors there, and their teams are deployed at specific places, because there are number of approximately 60 avalanche sites along that stretch, which can get triggered anytime. So they give us some kind of a pre-warning, and we can tell our teams which are working for the snow clearance to be alert and go to a safer place, and we preserve our lives and equipment also. So that is number one, and such kind of instruments are being placed at various places where we operate. Second thing what we have done after I joined, we are digitizing our roads. We are putting that on a digital platform, and so we can mark exactly this traditional avalanche site or landslides sites also on the map, and which will be shared with all the chief engineers and task force commanders, and they know exactly that this can happen as per the previous statistics at this point in time and at this place. So they can be more careful in those areas and take precautions and preserve our lives and equipment. So these two things we are doing, and it is going in a big way now, and I will be able to monitor all these activities sitting in my office. Not only, of course, going on ground and meeting those people and sharing things and motivating them, but through my office also I can monitor these things.
good. Sir, can you please shed some light on the cutting-edge technologies used by BRO in tunnel construction that meet the aspiration of the locals and of the country?
In tunnel making, we have been using till now blasting and digging method, which is old method. Now we are using NATM, new Austrian tunneling method, which fits into a variable kind of a soil strata and can be configured as per the requirements. So most of our tunnels, especially the smaller ones, are made through NATM, and it is something, as they say, design as you go. As we progress in the tunnel, we can keep designing our tunnel according to the space what we create there, and design as you monitor. So as we monitor, any peculiar situation comes, so we can also change our design. So that is a very robust method of tunneling. But now we are also going to switch to a tunnel boring machine, where it is easier and faster, and it is basically for the longer tunnels, but in which it only creates a circular cross section of the tunnel, and all the services like ventilation, drainage, other cables which has to go through the tunnel, they can be tucked into the circular space, and there can be various partitions of the tunnel. Like in Atal tunnel, there are 3 partitions. The first partition, the lowest partition, has got the egress tunnel and the drainage system, and the central portion is basically for the transportation, and the upper system is for the ventilation. So we are experimenting with all kind of technologies and the methods which we use in the tunnels. And we are also at smaller places, maybe cut and fill also, very few places we are using. So number of methodology we are using for tunnel making.
Good. Sir, how is BRO empowering its women in uniform?
Now, this is a very important thing for me, very close to my heart, I must say, and I must also express my gratitude to your establishment and your department to honor 3 of our women officers on 15th September during a very wonderfully organized function. Out of 6 in the country, 3 were from BRO. So that was a great honor. And second thing is my personal thing, because I've got 2 daughters, and I always take everything from their point of view. And till now in BRO, last 62 years, no one has experimented to put women as officer commanding of road construction company. When I joined in December 2020, so I thought I must give this space to the women also, though there are always different views about it. But then I said, no, we must go ahead. When whole world is going, and women, this is a difficult place, difficult terrain they have to operate. But then if the woman is ready to take the challenge, why not enable them? So on 28th April 2021, I remember the date, I placed Miss Vishali as a officer commanding of MBM road, that is Munshiari, Bugdiyar, Milam. This is, if I have to say in very few words, this is the most difficult road in the country today which is being constructed. It is a vertical cliff, and this road has been doing for a very long time. And I asked her, will you be able to do it? She said yes. And I said, okay, I will take this decision as per your promise and your seeing your confidence. So today she is doing a fantastic work there. Second thing was that again in the same state, Uttarakhand is a Dev Bhumi, and there's a lot of respect for the women. So another experiment I did in the month of August last year, I placed Indian Army's first woman officer, Major Aina Rana. She comes from Jammu, as OC of the People Koti RCC, which looks after the Mana Pass also. Mana Pass is the second highest pass what we deal with in our domain, and it's a tough task. And I also decided that this RCC will be the all-women RCC, where all the junior engineers, all 3 platoon commanders of hers are women, all pioneers, and most of the labor also, which is there working in this RCC, are women. So this is another experiment I did. Then my focus also was there on the east side. I placed Miss Obin Taki in Arunachal Pradesh as the officer commanding of 105 RCC, where her 2IC and platoon commanders are also women. And I also placed a medical officer, a woman medical officer there. And of course, CPL means our labor force is there, women. And very recently, last month only, they proved me right by dismantling one of the toughest Bailey Bridge in Arunachal Pradesh through all women force. It is a very tough task. Even for men also, it requires a lot of courage, stamina and strength to dismantle such bridges. But through all women force, they dismantled 2 bridges, not 1, 2 bridges. And they gave me this confidence that whatever decision you have taken is right. So BRO is going very much ahead in Nari Sashактikaran, as I say. And it is also paving a way, as I said in the beginning, we'll either find a way or make one. For other organization to put their women in the frontline work, where the areas are tough, the weather is hostile, and the conditions are rough. So if women can do it, why women cannot do it in lower reaches or in plains?
Very true.
So we have become the pioneer or the beacon for other organizations also, and given them the confidence that we have done it, you also please do it. So that is what we have done. And not only in the road construction, for my workshops who maintain and repair all the equipment, I have placed Colonel Duggal, which was also felicitated by your organization on 15 September last year as OC of the workshop, and she is doing a very fine job. And here in the headquarters, my legal head, who deals with approximately 700 legal cases, court cases on various issues, of course, is a woman, Lieutenant Colonel Snigdha Sharma. So I am, wherever the person is ready to do it and take the challenge, I am felicitating that it should happen like this, and I am giving that complete support to women to function. We are absolutely gender neutral organization, and we give as much respect as we can, and strength also to the women. As in the past also, means I call them झांसी की रानी, कि जब वो कर सकते हैं तो आज क्यों नहीं हो सकता है, और सबसे अच्छा हो सकता है. So we are, I think, trailblazers in this field for Nari Sashaktikarana.
Very nice, sir. And we are fortunate that our organization was honored to be honoring them. We are really grateful to you, sir. How BRO is promoting sustainability through green construction, sir?
I'll come back to the same thing which I told you, the prefab constructions.
Yeah.
When we resort to prefab construction, the conventional method of road construction creates a lot of smoke, and taking the material from down below to those places where roads is being constructed, and heating up the bitumen and laying the top layer, and all that happens. So to obviate that, and in fact, just to make a mention, in northeastern states, wherever we are working in Arunachal or Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, you don't get good aggregate. All the aggregate comes from Jharkhand or Odisha. So it is the transportation, that much fuel is burnt, it is also polluting the atmosphere. So we are now going for a lot of precast construction. Secondly, all these M50 blocks, as I mentioned. So various things we are doing to make it green and reduce the carbon footprint in our construction projects.
Sir, as you said that your BRO is contributing on various aspects of the Prime Minister, realizing or facilitating the Prime Minister of India, Honorable Narendra Modi ji's dream about Atmanirbhar Bharat and different other. Sir, is BRO contributing in the to the plastic waste management under Swachh Bharat Mission, which is also very close to the heart of our Honorable Prime Minister, through its road construction, sir?
Yes, absolutely. We, in fact, whatever central scheme is there being launched by Honorable Prime Minister, in whatever manner, little manner, in our humble manner, we are being participative in that and contributing as much as we can. So in this scheme of Swachh Bharat and using the waste plastic, what we have done, we had done a pilot project in Mizoram where we constructed a 5-kilometer road using the waste plastic. Therein what happens, we shred the plastic, we collect the plastic from all the population, shred the plastic and coat under high temperatures this aggregate and mix it with the bitumen to lay the top layer. So two things happen. Firstly, you are using the waste plastic. Secondly, it makes the bonding very stronger.
Very true.
It acts like a binder. And third thing, what happens in the eastern states, as you are aware, the rainfall is very heavy. So the rain water, when it ingresses into the road substrata, it damages the road.
Yes.
So once we mix the plastic, it makes it as impervious as it can. So the water is not able to ingress into the road. So this has really done very good to us. Now this same technology we used in our Vartak project in Arunachal, where on BCT road, Balipara, Chardwar, Tawang road, we used approximately 11 kilometer is constructed through the waste plastic. And not only in our projects now I'm also doing it in a foreign country where our One of the project is deployed for last 60 years in Bhutan.
Okay.
So in Bhutan also we have started making plastic road, as we call it in a layman's language. So we are using a lot of waste plastic, and we are also requesting the state administration give us waste plastic so we can use it in the road. So that drive is ongoing, and a lot of people are joining with us to give their waste plastic, so that can that is not polluting the environment and is being used for the construction of the road.
Wonderful, sir. Sir, how does the BRO stabilizes the soils on the slopes through cutting edge technologies?
We are also working in a big way, because as you are aware, wherever we are making roads all along the Himalayan region or the Himalayan ranges, the slopes are very fragile, and especially in Uttarakhand, in Arunachal Pradesh, there's successive landslide during the rains. So what we are doing, we are trying to now, when we make road and trees are cut, the slopes become unstable. So we are using biomass, bioseeds, we are using geotextile material, we are using our Aerodex cruciform methods to stabilize the slopes, because the slopes are very sharp, to the tune of 60 to 65 degrees at places, and if it gets destabilized, every season it will come down and take the road along with it. And this we are in a big way we are doing on BCT road, as I mentioned, in Arunachal, western portion of the Arunachal, and other places also now will start. In fact, now we are making specific projects for stabilizing the slopes. It is not part of the road construction, it is to address that problem once for all. Because most of the time, all the construction agencies which work in the mountains, they just make the road and leave everything as it is. But that will not be very honest way of doing the thing. So we are now making separate works to address this slope stabilization through number of techniques what is available. And this conclave, what I mentioned to you, it has really helped us to understand the technology which is available in the market and utilize that technology to do these kind of things.
Wonderful. Sir, renewable energy is the in thing nowadays, as you know. Is BRO also planning to jump on the energy efficient wagon by using renewable energy based tax in their works?
Yes. When we now, BRO has got now given a mandate to all my chief engineers. We have got 18 chief engineers working along the borders in 11 states and 4 UTs. That when you make the detailed project report, you must include the environmental assessment report, that how this road, when it is constructed, is going to affect the environment. So in that we also study and emphasize that the aggregate and other raw material should be used locally. It should not be brought from outside as much as possible, because the moment you start importing material from here and there, you are burning that much fuel also. Secondly, we are using cementitious based technology, especially in Arunachal and other states, northeastern states, because you don't find a good aggregate there, and this cementitious based technology can be made without aggregate. And similar thing where it is not possible in Ladakh and front line next to the LAC, we use this technology. So it is faster, it is stronger, and it is long lasting. That is one. Secondly, we are also at places, because our people, our detachments get deployed at very remote places. There is no connectivity, there is no electricity, and they have to sustain when we are making these roads. So we are using solar panels as much as possible. So that is also renewable energy. We don't use generators and other captive means of generating electricity. So that solar panel is coming in a big manner in BRO. Then we are also using bio-toilets, especially in Ladakh, because 70% of our work in Ladakh is above 14,000 feet. And the waste, human excreta, does not get decomposed. So we are using bio-toilets there for our people and the labor who works there. So such kind of initiatives we are using for renewable energy at places. In fact, I went to Project Brahmank in Arunank very recently, and they showed me they are using the wind energy, combination of wind energy, solar, as well as the water generated energy through small turbine, hydro turbine, because their project headquarters is deployed along a river. So all three means of this renewable energy they are using to light up their streets and small other things and their houses. So we are going in a big way to in this field.
Good. Sir, BRO assists in disaster management. What kind of technologies does BRO use in this? Are there any social media based techs used by BRO in this?
You see, we make roads, we maintain roads, we create infrastructure on the borders, and we are deployed all along the places where such kind of calamities happen. Last year has been very bad regarding this, especially in Uttarakhand, where three major calamities happened. First was Glof in near Rainy village. Then it was in Sumna where the glacier broke, and there were a lot of fatal casualties, approximately 15 or 16. And also again in the month of August, there was, due to the heavy rains, a lot of road got cut between Dharchula and Tawaghat. So what happens by the time state agencies and state teams or NDRF, they get activated, we are already there.
Wonderful.
So, and we don't, it is not of course mandated, but then as a part of the system, and we work in close coordination with the people of the sites and locations, we are the first one to respond to such kind of things. And people are very happy, even if it is not my road, if a road has got blocked due to the landslide, my dozer operators and JCBs and all get activated even in the night.
Wonderful.
And you will be aware, especially in Uttarakhand, number of people got stranded and we saved their lives, we rescued them. Very recently in Jammu and Kashmir Valley, 30 people got stranded at Sadhna Pass, so our teams were there, so they extricated them. It happened last year at Barlachla, where a lot of civilians who had gone for some kind of a tourism, and all of a sudden there was a heavy snow and they got stranded. So we rescued them, we gave them food, we gave them shelter because our detachments are there, and we also gave them, 2 nights they were given blankets and to be comfortable there before they were sent to their respective places. So it is actually, if you really say in a manner, that it is in our DNA. A person does not have to be ordered to respond to this kind of thing. On his own, if it is raining, is snowing, or it is very cold, if he comes to know something has happened, he just moves and responds to these calamities, saves lives. And people have been very appreciative on the social media when they go back. They talk about the BRO as angels, that they saved their lives, and they all throughout their life they remember such kind of incidents.
How is BRO contributing to the socio-economic growth of remote areas through its activities?
You see, BRO is mandated for two-pronged tasks. Firstly, to provide connectivity to the armed forces who are deployed on the borders for strategic purposes, and secondly, for improving the socio-economic conditions through these roads. The road is a road, it can be used by anyone. But since you are focusing the effect on the socio-economic upgradation, I must tell you, whenever we make road as far forward as possible for our forces, it also helps those villages which are totally cut off. When we made road at Umlingla, which connected Chishumle to Demchok, this Demchok people, I went there and I met these people of Demchok. They said, sir, इससे हमारी life तो बहुत ही improve हो गई है और बहुत खुशी फैली है हमारे गांव में. And I said, how? They said कि हम पहले we used to go down to Hanle. Hanle is a base village there. For any medical emergency, meeting our relatives or any other requirements, it used to take us 2.5 to 3 days on a horseback. Today, in 3.5 hours through the vehicle, we are reaching at Hanle. So that is a major life changer for them, which is a huge socio-economic impact on those people of Demchok. Now you come to the central sector in Uttarakhand. We have connected Gunji Kutti Jolikong. It is a road of 36 kilometers in the eastern Uttarakhand region. Now here people from Rang community, they are the very old traditional people who stay there all along, and they used to trade with Nepal and China in earlier times. During the winters, they used to come down to Tanakpur and lower reaches because winters are very severe there. But when we connected this Gunji Kutti Jolingkong, these people stayed there in the winters. They said कि हमें नीचे जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, हमारे को कनेक्टिविटी मिल गई है, कोई भी जरूरत है हम धारचूला आ सकते हैं, पिथौरागढ़ जा सकते हैं रोड के थ्रू. So this is again being a big game changer. And similarly in Arunachal Pradesh, I'll quote you one village, though we have connected villages like Geling, Lamang, Taksing, Bidak, Galemo. But there's one village, Huri. Now this Huri village, till last 2 years, it was not connected to its tehsil and not even its district headquarters. It's a very unique situation in today's, when we are celebrating 75 years of independence. So what we did last year, in year 2020, we connected this village through a bridge, and because this was not connected by road, so all the equipment of the bridge was taken by Chinook helicopters. Dropped there, 200 feet of Bailey bridge was made to connect it to its tehsil and district headquarters, Kume. And then we also made 44 kilometers of road from Sarli to Huri to connect this village to the other places. Now, till last 2 years, there were only 49 people left, and in 7 houses. Rest, everyone was coming down because everyone wants to experience the growth of the nation. Right. How the nation is going, they are getting all the facilities of internet, of better things and good shops and education and medical facilities. So these people were coming down all the time. When we made this bridge and the road, today that all those people who had left their houses and come down have gone back again. Today there are 300 people living in Huri, and there is a school which has been opened. There is a primary health center has come up, and not only we are stopping at Huri, it's a game changer for Huri. We are taking now our trek to Tapa. Tapa is another very small hamlet ahead of Huri. So we are exerting to connect as much as villages possible through our roads and bring happiness and prosperity to these people because they belong to our country. And what happens when these people are connected, all the central schemes which were not even reaching them, they are now reaching them. All the facilities what state government wants to give them, they are also getting accessed by these people. So it is connecting the remotest of our people to the main country actually. So, and just to make a mention here, Honorable President of the country, during his combined session of the Parliament on 31st January, he made a mention that BRO has connected places like Demchok, Jolingkong and Huri to the main land. So it is a major breakthrough what we have done in last year or so. And not only this, means because these villages are at the higher reaches, we have connected the southernmost panchayat of the country, that is Lakshmi Nagar in Great Nicobar Island, which is the southernmost panchayat, to the Shastri Nagar, which is approximately 50 odd kilometers on the north side, by making a crossing over Galathia river. And these places were never could access any facility. They were just secluded in that Lakshmi Nagar Panchayat, and sometimes they used to walk down to Shastri Nagar through some boat and walking and all that was involved. But today they are connected by road. So it is bringing a lot of happiness to the people who are not connected. We are connecting places, we are connecting people, and we are connecting hearts.
Wonderful. Based on when you are connecting hearts and spreading prosperity, my next question to you is this, sir. How is BRO contributing to the green budget by using advanced or green technologies in near future?
You see, when I talk about this green technology and this initiative, I'll again go back to Ladakh. Very recently, we went to Ladakh, and along with the Defense Secretary, we met Sonam Wangchuk, who is an icon in his own way, and he's making energy conserving structures, green structures, where you can trap that heat inside the structure, and it does not lose any heat or does not let any cold thing come inside. So we have started green buildings which will be thermally insulated in my project Himang, which is there in Ladakh. And we have also started containerizing our accommodation in various places, the higher reaches, through puff panels, where we can, make it energy efficient structures. So that way we have started this initiative last year. And not only that, here in planes also, wherever we are functioning, we are now going for battery operated vehicle, which is also a government initiative in line with the electric vehicle to save environment, especially in a city like Delhi. So this is another initiative. And as I mentioned to you earlier also, the construction techniques, what we are adopting, precast members and maybe modular bridges. So various things we are doing to again converge to the central theme of making green infrastructure.
Good. So my second last question to you for today is, as you know that India is hosting SICAR for the first time, how will BRO showcase itself as the jewel of the national infra development?
Now that will be a question very difficult to answer, but then I'll attempt that how I showcase BRO. Now as DG, actually it should not be me who is showcasing, it is the people of the country who are showcasing. Just to make a mention to you, when we are now on Twitter and we read the comments till now, in touchwood and God's grace, last 1 year plus, we have got now nearly 20,000 followers who follow our activity and whatever we are doing. And not a single negative comment till now.
Wonderful.
And generally on Twitter, people have got different kind of thinking. They'll put something good, something bad also. But everyone who follows us talks good about our work which we are doing for the country, and compares that work with the work which is being done in the plains. Now let me give you a small example. If you go to Ladakh, you travel on those roads are such, especially this Umlingla road also, very recently this autocar had taken their Lamborghini there in month of October last year, which is one of the best cars in the world actually, and maybe told the world that at the highest motorable road, Lamborghini's Urus is there. And next day also, similar month, Mr. Anand Mahindra sent their SUV 700, which they are launching now, to Umlingla. And the kind of things they send on the social media, they say that the roads are so fantastic. They're something like expressways.
Wonderful.
And they can drive at a speed of 120 kilometers per hour. And they compare those roads with cities, and maybe not being very specific, but then people say कि देखो Bombay में ऐसी road है, plains में है. Why can't you make roads like Ladakh or border roads in making? So it gives us a good feel, and I think all the technology, all the products what we are using in the construction of the roads, first time all these green initiatives, high-end machines and new methods to accelerate our work, that will put us at that kind of a pedestal where we can share our experiences with the other participants of other nations, and certainly it is give and take. We will also learn something from them. I think BRO can be from the country a major agency who can share a lot of things in such areas where we are working.
Wonderful, sir. Sir, my final question for today. How do you think that SICAR 9 can facilitate BRO in its future endeavors?
Yes, I'll take this response slightly more ahead. As I told you, that when we meet all these people who are working in different kind of conditions, and there is an interaction, there is an exchange of experiences, there is an osmosis of ideas. So definitely there will be some major learning for us, BRO, and we can adopt those methods, those technologies, those products and the machines what they use for their construction of the roads, tunnels, bridges, and we can bring that to our domain, make our roads better. And because especially in the high altitude areas, we have got experience, but certainly there are countries like Scandinavian countries are there, Finland and maybe Denmark and all, Canada, who make their roads in such kind of things. Their temperatures are always below sub-zero, and what kind of technology and methods and products they use in construction of these roads, certainly that can be adopted by us, and we can have some kind of a exchange program with those countries where our people can visit those sites and learn actually from the ground zero. So BRO will be a major beneficiary of this ICAR. What I think this is again a historical seminar or the event you are organizing. So it will be a major, I think, beneficiary to not only BRO or any other participant. It will also give a good stage to our country to project our good work to other nations.
So thank